Alright, so, welcome everyone. My name is Umbagalo, and here I have,
My name is Fleed.
I'm Mecha, or Mechalomaniac,
and today,
but Mecha shorter.
yes, and today we're going to be going through Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Now, the main reason why I asked Mecha and Fleed to be in on this is they, being guys that have a 360 and not a PlayStation 3, have not actually played this game yet. So I figured it'd be more.
I don't even have that much.
I figured it'd be. Oh yeah, he doesn't even have a 360 at all. So I figured it'd be more interesting this way. So a little bit of backstory. Uncharted Drake's Fortune is one of the first games that came out with the PS3, and throughout its entire series history, its big advertising claim is that it is a very cinematic video game. And while the advertising is maybe a little bit too much on that, it is still it is still very cinematic. It's just not. Oh my god! It's actually a movie.
So it's not Xenosaga.
Yes. Well, no, more than that. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the commercials for Uncharted. Have you? I think one of you guys did.
A couple
At some point.
Yeah.
I'm
So, you know,
here off
things-
the coast of
pe-
Panama,
people-
where
people
we
thinking
just
that they're actually
recovered what we
watching an
believe
Indiana
to be the
Jones movie or
coffin
something.
Of legendary explorer Sir Francis Drake, who was buried at sea over
Yeah, so I don't know whether you guys
400 years ago.
really want to be just talking over cutscenes or anything. And I don't really
Are
care.
you sure you want to be defiling your ancestors' remains?
You
like
got
that?
subtitles, you'll deal with it, viewer.
Yeah, and to be honest, because it is a fairly
Well,
cinematic
I did do
game,
my research, and
a lot of
apparently
cutscenes
Francis
are
Drake
actually
didn't have
fully
any
played
children.
out in game.
Well, history can't be wrong enough. For example, you can't defile an empty coffin.
What the hell?
Oh dear.
Well, someone stole the body.
Yep.
Oh shit, sea zombie.
You devil.
And here's the first notebook.
Come on, hold it
There's
up.
always one of these in every one of the games.
Deal was for a coffin. That's it.
Wait a minute.
And they
if my
are
show hadn't
a
have
little
funded
magical.
this exhibition, you wouldn't have.
got your story, lady.
Look, Mr.
Magical
Drake, you signed a
notebooks, or
contract.
just
I have a
notebooks
right
that
to
are
sell
gameplay
those.
magical?
Gameplay magical.
Uh,
Does the game have like supernatural
we
elements
got
to
some
it,
trouble.
or is it
Hurry it up.
pretty
Okay,
straight
okay.
realism?
What's going on?
Funny thing about that,
Pirates.
it looks
Pirates.
minus any other external events. It actually does appear to be a little supernatural once you start getting into the end game.
Shouldn't we call the authorities or something?
Basically up until we get into the final acts,
What?
the game is very serious about what it is, about everything that happens. It is
What's worse?
more like
Panamanian jail. Do you know how to use one of these?
I want to say
Yeah,
in
it's like a camera.
a sense
You
it's
just
it's a lot like Relic
Point and
Hunter
shoot, right?
for the few people who have actually seen Relic Hunter.
Here we go.
I totally have not.
Okay,
I've heard of it.
okay.
Yeah.
Relic Hunter is.
How the hell they find us out here?
I'm actually not even sure what country makes it. I want to say Canadian, but it's probably American. And it was basically a TV show of a female Indiana Jones.
Huh.
Yeah, and it was played a lot more straight than Tomb Raider, which was also a female Indiana Jones.
Hurry up, Sully.
So
Yeah,
you-
Tomb Raider always
Fair
seemed kind of over the top.
yeah,
At least, at least what little I've seen of it, I've never played it. So.
yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, but as Drake is taking damage here, the screen starts to go gray. That's basically your health meter.
Is it one of those regenerating health games?
It is.
Looks
Like
like
you
it,
jump
yeah.
under cover and you recover.
Yeah, it is. It is a, for its time, a fairly normal cover-based shooter. And really, even the modern ones are. The big things about Uncharted was more that it was very story-oriented, and a lot more about how Drake moves. Also, I'm very, very bad at brutal combos.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, you're going to see me trying to perform them a lot over the period of this Let's Play, simply because there's actually achievements for doing them that some of them I didn't have yet at the time that I did the recording. A little bit after I finished recording the game, I got all the achievements in it except for 2. And even though my PS3 profile has all but, well, had many of the achievements unlocked when I started the game. So interesting thing about how achievements in this game work, because Uncharted came out around the beginning of the PS3, the concept of achievements was still very new for him.
Yeah, I recall the PS3 didn't add them till
Yeah,
later
like,
in its life.
Yeah, it was very rare for the first few games, and Uncharted was one of the few that had it. And when Uncharted added achievements, inside the game itself, it handled them exactly the same as gamer score. So each one was given a point value with all of them added together, adding up to 1,000. And what when you obtain certain amounts of gamer score, yeah, that's also a great explosion. I love, the best thing about that explosion is how the top of the ship is left flat afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His ships completely explode like that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, the other boats did it too. So.
Hey, yeah.
At least they're consistent.
They're very consistent.
Nothing that years of therapy won't
We've
fix.
got rules of physics in this video game.
Yeah. They are a lot better about things like that in the later games.
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy.
This Uncharted 1 is still very good in terms of how it looks, especially in terms of cinematography. But 2 and 3 are significantly better about it.
Yeah, I've seen bits of 2 that look a lot better. I mean, this still looks kind of goofy, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
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 So you found the carbon.
Anyway, as I was saying, so what the implementation of gamerscore that Uncharted has is, as you obtain certain levels of gamerscore, you unlock various cheats and
I think
other
I'll look at that
unlockables.
diary when we land.
And I cut out me looking at them for all of these videos, but maybe later I'll just record a few of them. This is also a very flat ocean.
When Drake sailed into the Pacific, he took the Spanish
Yeah,
fleet
like I was
to
saying, it looks a lot better in later games. Because this one is very much a early PS3 title, but it does actually look very good still for being an early game. I mean, if you remember, early PlayStation 2 games or early PSX games looking absolutely terrible, and even a lot of the early PS3 games are pretty terrible looking. Naughty Dog really went out of their way to make sure that Uncharted, even with the early technology, looked like the cinematographic game that they were trying to get at.
Yeah, it looks dated, but it doesn't look ugly dated. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at least pretty well passable.
Yeah, I mean, the model design is still very good. The animation design is it's funny looking. When the game really gets going, you'll see that Drake runs and moves a little funny.
I'm telling you, Sully.
In these cutscenes, it's very well animated. But you can tell that the look of the characters are
Yes, that's
like
what I
the
said.
textures are a little weird.
It's
Cartoonish.
Yeah,
No, that's why we have insurance.
just like still a little
right?
flat and reflective. Like a lot of old '90s CG.
No, the camera. No, the camera's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
I
the
can
camera.
see that.
Again, it does actually look a lot better in the later games.
Yeah.
You should have seen her.
Fine. You go on out there and you tell her, we just found the lost city of gold. Maybe her producer can get it on
No.
the
Oh, come on.
Nate, do you trust me?
More or less.
Good. 'Cause we're gonna have
I
the
don't know
biggest
if they
scumbag
did
in
it
the world racing
in
us to this
Uncharted
treasure
1, but
unless
the
we
two
cut
actors
you
that
loose
play
right now.
Nathan
You're a real
Drake and
gentleman,
Victor
Sully.
Sullivan, what was the names again? Nolan
No, I
North
don't- I
and
don't care
Richard
for
McGonagall.
overbudget. I mean, do you realize that this could be
In
like
the later
the
games,
biggest
I
story
know
of
they
the
probably,
year?
I don't know if they did in Uncharted 1, but in 2 and 3, they actually let the two
No, I don't
actors
trust 'em,
just
okay?
go off on their
That's why
own
we
at
move
times
fast.
without a script,
So just get
and they
it
would just
done,
toss that into
and
the
I
game at
promise you
various
that-
places in order to make the whole thing feel a lot more natural.
Yeah.
Because you'll probably notice throughout most of this
Should've
game
seen
that
one coming.
Nathan is very reluctant. He's not very sure of himself. He just seems to be in a situation and he doesn't know what to do. In 2 and 3, though, he is very much into the whole
I'm not as young as I used to be.
chain of events that he finds himself in.
So he grows as a character over the series, essentially.
I would say he mostly grows as a character between 1 and 2.
Equally as strenuous.
3, though, is
Well, hang in there, old timer.
yeah. Okay,
We're
let's just
just
say he
about
does
there.
over the course of the series. Now, another thing you're going to see me do as I'm moving around these levels is I'm going to look like I'm just going in random places. Because what I was doing as I was playing this, since I didn't have all the achievements when I started this, I was actually following a guide. Clearly Nate is not.
Hanging on every word.
So I guess you just need to fill your jump around like a dumbass quota.
Pretty much. Some of the areas where you need to jump and grab something, the game is a little finicky about. But basically, one thing about Uncharted, and you probably saw that flash there. This is the collectible thing for Uncharted. There are 61 treasures in the game. One of them is a secret treasure, and when I beat the game the first time, I didn't have all of the treasures. So when I was recording this, I just grabbed the guide, and I figured if I'm playing through it again, I might as well get them all.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you can tell it in the recording quality, but another thing that's really nice that isn't shown actually a lot more, even in later PS3 technology, is Drake's pants are wet.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's, yeah.
And it's
I notice it now that I'm looking for it.
and it's not Drake's clothing. Actually, anyone's clothing gets wet based on where the water hits.
Well,
It's not that water touches his shoes, his lower
According to
legs
this, we're right on top
all
of the
get
mark.
wet. It'll
Maybe
actually
you're not
only
reading
wet
that thing
up
right.
to where the water was.
No, this is the place.
That's actually a really nice touch. I like that.
Yeah,
There's nothing
it is
here,
a
Nate.
very immersive technology, and it looks a lot
Easy,
better
Sully.
in the later games,
Relax.
which I'm probably going to be seeing a lot of.
Take a look around.
A lot.
To be fair, if a sequel to a game doesn't look better, or I should say looks worse, it's usually a bad thing.
Oh, very, very much.
This is like trying to find a bride in a brothel.
Stuff like that is probably when they let the two actors just have fun.
This is more like it.
Well, another thing, you do have to suspend your disbelief a lot because since this is a standard
older.
cover shooter, even
2,000
with
years older.
some aspect of collectible hunting, there's still direct paths that are very obvious. So to a degree, in all three games, you do have to suspend a little bit of disbelief as to why didn't anyone find this sooner? There is only one way to get to it. Yeah,
Because you're the player,
because I'm the player.
and you're awesome.
That's right. Yeah, right here I basically forgot how to get up onto the top. Because it has been a long time since I played the game last. The game designers were very good about highlighting in a fairly natural way what locations Nathan can grab onto, however. So once we start getting to locations where there is a lot of wall climbing and wall jumping, you as the player will very obviously tell where locations are.
Yeah, because that huge ass prompt to say, press X to climb a ledge is very natural.
Yeah, that's just because we're still in tutorial world.
So are you
Yeah.
saying when you walk up to a wall, it doesn't say press X to climb the ledge?
No.
In real life?
No, well,
happens to me.
sometimes. I mean, I don't see it too often since I'm on a higher difficulty level.
Oh.
Parkour enthusiasts must just go crazy because of that.
Yeah.
Find anything?
Nothing yet.
Once we get to some of the later levels, which I don't think there's a whole lot of it in this video. I think the next one or the one after that has a very good jumping sequence.
Careful up there.
And once we get to there, you'll see that it does look like it's obvious to a player that they're handholds, but it still doesn't look too unnatural. And 2 and 3 highlight that a lot as well. In fact, I remember seeing some
We gotta find a way to smash through this.
developer commentary about how
God.
they were working. What was that?
Nothing, just the treasure pop up.
Oh, yeah,
Way too easy a joke.
yep.
I do like how Drake's first reaction to the thousands-year-old ancient civilization is, "Can I climb it?"
His first reaction to a lot of things is, "Can I climb it?" or "Can I smash it?" He is.
There he is shimming on the ledge like Batman.
Yep. Oh, he is very good at shimmying and leaping across stuff. And the game is very good at making sure that you can tell that where you can that if you jump, you will actually catch something. Because as you probably saw in that last scene, Drake leaned out and was reaching towards the other side. If you can see that, then when you press the jump, you will go towards the ledge. If you don't see that, Drake will probably just jump to his death.
So did he just push a hundreds of years old historical artifact off a ledge and shatter it?
Yeah.
Or is that just a normal rock?
That was just a rock.
It was
Okay.
yeah. It was either just a normal rock or part of whatever this ruin used to be.
Yeah, because it looked like something sculpted to me. I'm like,
Yeah, it was probably just. It probably was a decorated sconce. Now, this is actually one funny thing. Right here is that I'm actually sort of showing off. This is actually one funny thing that Uncharted 1 does better than 2 and 3. In 2 and 3, in 1, your flashlight will face the direction you're aiming as long as it's in front of Drake, because it's hooked onto his belt. In Uncharted 2 and 3, though, the flashlight will point where you're aiming, even if that means the flashlight is going right through Drake's body.
Looks like the Spanish got here before.
Oh, joy.
Yeah.
What the hell, Sully?
Nate, I'm not looking for a lousy piece of tin. I'm up to my eyeballs in debt.
Yeah, it's
really
really weird in the later games, and I have no idea why they decided to change that, but, whatever.
That and
It's
I imagine player
well,
feedback.
just a few
or some,
bad
you know.
deals.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was partially that, because even through some stuff for Uncharted 3,
Yeah?
Naughty
Look
Dog
who's talking.
has shown that they are
What's that
very
supposed to mean?
interested
That
in
reporter?
changing things based
saw the way
on
you were eyeing
player feedback.
Elena?
Player complaint: cannot aim flashlight through Nathan's skull.
Ditched her on that dock.
All's fair in love and war, kid.
And what if you can't tell the difference?
Then, my friend, you are in big trouble. The Spaniards sure left a lot of crap behind.
What is up with that perfectly lit
Quite a drop.
surface down there?
Magic. I don't. Oh, probably probably something weird due to the lighting system. because there is light coming in from a hole in the ceiling. Or maybe it's just this treasure over here shining on things.
There's one bright as hell gold ring then.
Oh yeah.
The most ancient of bling.
That's right. Wow, I stayed on that screen for a long time.
Hey,
I must have been looking at
looks like an
something.
old powder keg over there.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, Drake will either climb over stuff or destroy it. He doesn't care.
Archaeologists are weeping right now. I just want to say that much.
Well, you know, to be fair, Drake is not an archaeologist. He is a treasure hunter. Yeah, that's just me failing entirely with the button prompts.
That's
I
not
wasn't sure if it
Drake
was like-
just automatically screwing around for you.
Here, let me do that.
There's a number of things like this in the game as well, where you are required to at least attempt to open something, and then another character just says, "Oh, you actually need to do something." Oh, here let me open that for you instead.
I will help you solve this puzzle.
Well, it's not really solving the puzzle. I mean, you know, in a sense, yes, but the fact of the matter is you actually solve it first, and then they do the work again. Because you are the hero.
Now, will he
progress
help
first.
you?
Pardon?
Will Sully help you in like gunfights and stuff, or is he just
Actually,
kind of?
he does.
Yeah, there it
All
is.
the companion
Looks like this thing
characters,
is some kind of lamp,
all two really,
See if you can light it.
do participate in
After all your bitching
fights
about
as
the
well.
cigar, now it
Now
comes in
that
handy, huh?
thing right there, where you just looked at the notebook, is also a recurring theme in the Uncharted series. Various puzzles, because as it's a cinematic type of experience, there is more to it than just gunfights. There are times where you are going around and solving puzzles, and some of them are actually real puzzles and not just, oh look, I need to shoot the sconce. Yeah.
So
Shoot
going
the
back
sconce.
to the little helper NPCs, whatever gunfight, are they actually reasonably competent, or do they just do the standard of "I'm helping"?
They are not the best, but they are not terrible either.
So they're at least reasonably competent.
Yeah, like
They don't shoot you.
they won't shoot me. Actually, here's something I was saying about how it looks. They still look like handhelds, but they also look fairly natural.
Yeah.
There are better examples later on, though. The helper AI is good enough that they will hold their own in a fight. They will not complete a fight for you, but they are invincible and they do have unlimited ammo.
I think that was my next question. If you had to escort them through the whole game, or game over if they died.
I think other than one or two locations where you are supposed to be guarding them, which I
Yeah,
don't
specific-
think show up in this game, but do show up in others, they are basically invincible, and
Okay.
yeah, they have unlimited ammo.
So theoretically, if you're positioned right, they could just take a rocket to the face for you and be all hunky dory.
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever had a situation like that happen, but if it was contrived enough, it just might.
Let's get going.
That sounds like a glitch you might need to exploit at some point, just for fun.
Maybe. Ancient airlocks.
Ancient airlocks. Yeah, they have like no way of getting back now. They're just going deeper in.
Yep.
Well, how often does that happen in games, though? Like, oh, we can't go back. We'll just have to hope there's an exit conveniently placed at the end of this large complex we're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this room is actually the first real puzzle, and I guess I decided I wanted to record Drake standing on his leg.
And he's like, well, now what? Now I'm going to do circus tricks.
These symbols.
So, but yeah, as I was mentioning earlier,
Order of these signs has some
the notebooks are always just happen to have the solutions to every puzzle, just very cryptically written. Sometimes it's actually really obvious. It's just a matter of you making sure that you actually are reading it right and then just doing it. And sometimes it actually does take a little bit more thought. Not a whole lot of those are in Uncharted 1. There are a few more in Uncharted 2.
So, do you need to bring up the notebook for pretty much everything? Does it come up automatically, or can you just completely go without?
I know, as you notice, there's a little prompt right now. When you're in a puzzle area, you can press select, and in Uncharted 1, it will pop up the notebook to whatever puzzle it is you're looking at, and you can also flip through the pages at other things. Like after you've completed a puzzle, you can actually open the notebook up again and then look back, and if you go to a later page, you will see the solution actually put into the book.
Oh, huh. Yeah, but I was talking about, it's like, do you need to press the button occasionally to progress?
Oh no,
at all?
I press the button to actually refresh my memory on what I need to do.
Okay, so it's all you. It's not just a...
Yeah, I'm
general
pretty
thing.
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could actually get through all the puzzles without without having to look at the notebook. If you just happen to already know all the solutions.
Because Drake is psychic.
Or he is just
Clearly.
he is just a master archaeologist. I thought I saw something in Drake's notebook about this. I'll just remember it off the top of my head.
Encyclopedic knowledge and memorization of everything of the book that he has yet to actually read.
Well, he had time to read it on the plane ride over here, or on the plane ride back to wherever it was he got on that boat from. I mean, clearly that cut between his old boat exploding and him getting onto that other boat with Sully was not, was not a few seconds. He clearly took a while on that plane, so...
In fact, there's enough time they could set a whole nother game there if they wanted to.
Maybe. A whole new game just on that
looks like there's
plane.
a ladder cut into the side. Wait here while I check it out.
Be careful not to fall down. Fall down!
That would be hilarious. Actually, the...
There's water!
Actually, here the trigger for getting onto the ladder was a little hilarious.
Hey, watch your step down there.
And there actually is a yes. There's water at the bottom there, but there's actually a minimum height that you have to get to before it will let you fall in without killing yourself.
Oh. So basically
That's
that's
why I
just
let-
instant death water down there.
Yeah, it like the logic behind it right now is that the water down there is actually fairly thin. It's not very deep. So by doing this, we filled it up a little more so that Drake can just dive in without actually landing on the rock below and killing himself. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but those chains are adorned with skulls.
That's
yeah, it
promising.
looked like they were mushrooms or something for a second, like just huge vines, but chains with skulls are far classier.
That's right. I mean, this is ancient Mayan culture, so swimming is not a big thing in Uncharted games. You very rarely do it. In fact, it is so rare that in Uncharted 3, there's actually a new tutorial for the fact that you can go underwater.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you have a breath meter?
No. You just take damage.
Okay.
So, being underwater is considered the same as taking enemy gunfire.
What?
The game just doesn't really want to. The game didn't really want to bother with doing two separate health meters, basically. So, and as far as I can tell, all the locations in Uncharted 3 where you can actually swim have no enemy attacks anyway. So, I also like that Nathan somehow knew that he was on the other side of wherever he was.
And
Clearly
was able
he's
to communicate
a
to Sully through the thick-ass stone door.
yeah. It's also convenient how there just happens to be enough powder kegs around too. Boy, those Spaniards.
Those wacky Spanish.
Clearly, Nate doesn't know how to punch a vase either.
Ancient Spanish tenement construction.
Yep.
This looks safe.
Through the ancient Mayan pillar trap.
Other way, other way.
Other way!
And Sully gets the fucking easy road, too.
He does. It very conveniently just happens to make a path.
I'm okay.
No question is, they make fun of this. Sadly, no.
Sadly, no. Sadly, no.
After that, we better be.
So I have to ask, is there at any point in this game Drake running as a rolling boulder is threatening to crush him?
No. No, there isn't.
Okay, so they took the high road and didn't rip off Raiders.
Not perfectly. No, they didn't bother with that. Actually, in terms of Indiana Jones knockoffs, there actually isn't really a whole lot of it in Uncharted at all.
Worshipping the damn thing. At least I think they're people.
Foreshadowing.
Toronto, the Golden Man. Sully, it wasn't a city of gold. It was this. It was a
So
golden item.
we're just at the end of this video here, so
You imagine what that thing would be worth now.
Look over here. Tracks. I bet
we'll
the
see
Spanish
where
dragged it out and cut
the
logs.
Spanish took El Dorado the next
We're
time.
400 years late for this party.
So the trail's cold.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Unless
Unless what?
we follow the tracks.